I'm AJ Gary. I'm the Director of the Arkansas Division of Emergency Management. And today I'm with Deputy Director Scott Bass, who is over our preparedness and response. So, Scott, tell us a little bit about the structure of your office.
Well, the structure of preparedness response involves 5 branches. We have the State Watch Office, our Field Operations, which is our area coordinators, our State Emergency Operations Center, our EOC operations. We also have the Planning and Preparedness Group, and we also have the Training and Exercise.
So, what kind of walk us through what takes place? What are we doing? What's your role during a disaster?
So, my role during the disaster is really leading the team in the State Emergency Operations Center. We pull together our staff, our internal staff. We coordinate with our state emergency response functions, our ESF, state partners. But my role is to ensure that the state EOC is ready to go in order of the response and start coordinating those resources and information out to our senior leadership.
Okay, so that's you activate the EOC when an event happens, or we prepare for an event to happen. So what about the rest of the time? So what's taking place there and in the watch office, and kind of how that operation goes?
Yeah, so the State Watch Office it involves our 24 hours, 7 days a week operations. During our normal operations, the State Watch Office is responsible for the day-to-day situational awareness of events or incidents around the state of Arkansas. If it's a hazardous material response, if it is a natural disaster response, any type of event that happens in Arkansas, our folks will generally know what's going on, and then they try to ensure that other state agencies are notified of the incident and let those state agencies respond based on their authorities.
Okay, so we're very active in Arkansas. We have a lot of different events that take place: tornadoes, floods, other strong winds, ice storms. So tell us what families can do to prepare themselves for an event like that.
First and most thing is make sure that they have a family emergency preparedness plan. Develop the plan, develop a kit, test that plan, and make sure their families understand what they do during a disaster. Exercise it, understand their communication side of it, understand where they go during evacuation. If there's, again, a fire hazard at their house, where do they go to? If there's an evacuation in the neighborhood, where do they go? Who do they meet up with? Part of that kit also includes making sure they have flashlights and batteries and medications and food and things like that. So that's a key thing for families right now. But also just staying up to speed on what's going around surrounding them, the weather that's going on in their community, what's going on in their counties or their jurisdictions.
Okay. So I know one of the projects that your team has been working really hard on is CERT and increasing the number of CERT teams around the state.
Sure.
So kind of tell us a little bit about that program and how it benefits Arkansans.
So CERT is the Community Emergency Response Team. It is a group of volunteers that are trained for basic first response. So they assist with first aid at their community level. They assist with potentially helping the first responders with evacuating. Being prepared at the community level is CERT. It's important now because sometimes the first responder that's coming to you might be your neighbor. It might be a CERT member. If the first responders that are trained every day are overwhelmed with a response, or they just can't get to your location, a CERT member in your community, in your business, even nowadays in high schools. Mm-hmm. If there's an active shooter or some other kind of event, we have high school students that are being trained under the CERT program to do that basic first aid response.
All right, you mentioned ESF earlier, which is Emergency Support Functions. Mm-hmm. Tell us about how you interact with the other stakeholders, the other partners in the state, whether that's at the state level or county level.
So interacting with all of our partners in general, just not only ESFs, but also our counties and some of our federal partners, is a lot of it's through the planning effort. So we support them with their plans, the county plans, emergency support functions, or ESF plans. We have coordination calls with them prior to an event and during events.
All right, great. And a lot of times during a disaster, states will come in and help other states. You kind of tell us how that works and what that process is behind that.
Yeah, so States Helping State is what we call EMAC. It's the Emergency Management Assistance Compact. It is a national mutual aid system between all the 50 states and several of our U.S. territories. It's an opportunity for states to share our resources, both equipment and personnel. So Arkansas can deploy an ambulance team to another state in response to a hurricane, which we have. We can also deploy our Arkansas National Guard to other states during flooding or other events, which we've also done. But we can also bring those resources to Arkansas. If we're beyond our capability on a large event, we can also bring those resources to Arkansas to support Arkansans in that response and recovery effort.
Okay. And we talked earlier about some of the weather and that we have in Arkansas and those partners. Tell us a little bit about, what you do when the National Weather Service tells us that a weather system is moving into our state, how we kind of prepare for that.
Sure. So first thing we do is we're informed from the National Weather Service that we potentially have weather coming in. So it's the initial forecast. We're 3, 4, 5 days out. At that point, the team will start coordinating with the Weather Service, with all of our stakeholders. We'll have what we call a coordination call. It's the initial call, really identifies what's coming in regards to a forecast, but it also allows all of our partners to help with the planning efforts, lean forward a little bit, make sure we get our generators ready, make sure we have the proper food and the sheltering ready if we need to. It helps those decision makers determine what they need to do at the local level, but also at the state level.
All right, perfect. So, Scott, is there anything that you can think of that we left out or that you'd like to tell our citizens and inform them?
Yeah, really just, again, make that kit, make that preparedness kit, a family plan, test that, but also go to our website. We do have a citizen portal on our website. It gives the residents an opportunity to find resources at their local level, so identify their law enforcement, their medical facilities, possible shelters, things like that. It also gives them access to our status of our EOC. It also gives status or contact information for their county emergency managers.